I'm Kira. Welcome to Kira's Art Co. It is officially T-minus 2 weeks until the first market of summer market season. Today is April 14th and not my first market of the year, it's my second market for the year so far, but the first market to kick off having a market, or two sometimes, every single week until mid-September starts April 25th. This is the time frame when, before any market, I start to stress out a little bit more because it's only 2 weeks away. I have 2 weeks to make product, and I feel like this one's even more stressful for me because I have a market every single week, and sometimes 2 a week, from April 25th to I think like September 13th maybe, whatever that week is, I think mid-September, every single week, because I did a full season vendor application for the same market I did do last year, but I didn't do it every week. I did maybe 2 in a row, took a week off, 2 in a row, took a week off to re-prep things. And then I also have another market that I'm doing kind of the same style I did last year, maybe like 2 weeks on, 1 week off. But that means a lot of markets this summer, and I have been trying to prep in my off time the last few months as much as I possibly can. And as usual, it's never as much as I hope to have because I am over ambitious and I like to have more than I really probably do need. But I tried really hard to do as much as I could so then I wouldn't be as stressed throughout the summer trying to remake things every week when I only had like 3 or 4 days to prep in between. But it's come to the time where I am just gonna have to deal with what happens. And I'm also currently working on writing and hopefully soon getting out my first ever pattern, which is a race car based off of F1 cars. Here are the ones I have made so far, plus one more. That was a prototype, the first one I ever did. And then this is the final design. I have the whole pattern written up. If you watched last week's vlog, you saw that I made that blue one so that I could calculate my yarn usage and how long it takes me to make. So the only thing I have left to do with that pattern is write up the introduction pages with all the materials lists and the stitches to use and such. So I'm gonna be working on that this week. I also have applied for a pattern test because I personally have never tested somebody else's pattern. I've never obviously put out a pattern test because I've never designed my own pattern. So I applied to one in the hopes, I don't know what the odds are that I would actually get picked, but I applied to one in the hopes I would get picked for it, and so that I can see how someone else runs their pattern test, and then I can maybe implement some of those things into my own pattern test. If I don't get chosen for it, that's fine. I'm just gonna wing my own pattern test. I didn't want to apply to a bunch of different pattern tests and then for some reason get accepted for all of them and then have to make like 5 different things within a week when I'm market prepping. If I get this one, amazing. If I don't, it's fine. I'll know if I got picked in a couple of days, I think. I'm aiming to get my pattern test out by the end of next week, maybe. Like the day before my market, that Friday. We will see what happens. I have a yarn order coming in from Premier Yarns today. We will do a little unhaul for that. But besides that, today my goal is to check off as much as I can from my market prep list. This is the list I made of all of my best-selling things that I needed to restock after a market I did do last month, as well as some bigger items that I just didn't have any of or that I haven't made before that I really wanted to get to. Looking at it now, feeling a little bit overwhelmed. There are some things on here that I could do without, with like some of the snugglers, since I do have a decent amount and they don't sell super quickly for me, but I like to have them in case for baby safe items. I did add on last night axolotls, 2 of them. I think I've only ever made like 2 or 3 axolotls, and that was over a year ago. I haven't had them for that long. And whenever I make them, they always sell super quick. And I want to try out Crochet by Jenna's axolotl pattern that is in her pattern book, because I do have that, but I haven't made the pattern yet. So I put 2 on my list. We'll start with 1, see how it goes. That has been added since last time I spoke to you about this list. And also over this past weekend, I mentioned in my last video, I sold my barn owl I had, and I did add it on here for if I have time left over, because I do have a snow owl on my priority make list. So if I have time, I'll make the other version of it as well. This morning, before I started chatting with you, I went ahead and finished up and checked off completely my tiny dogs. These are from pattern packs by Poggy's Place. There are 2 that I have. I think there's only 2. Could be wrong, there could be a third one, but I do have 2 packs with like 5 different types of dogs each. And today I restocked my beagle and I made a boxer, which I haven't done a boxer in a little bit. This guy I did already have on my Etsy with these exact colors, so I just restocked that, and this can go straight into my dog bin. But this guy, I don't have this exact color combo on my Etsy with pictures taken, so it's going to go into my picture bucket. This is my dog bin. I want to show you all the styles of dogs I have. I have 10 total. That's how many I wanted going into this market, so I reached that goal. So we have the boxer going into the picture bin, which I will be taking pictures of everything in that bin after I eat my lunch later. 1 beagle, 1 pug, 1 bulldog, 1 gray husky. I just sold my black husky that I've been holding on to for quite a while on Etsy last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago. I don't know why no one wanted that guy. I think he's honestly cuter than the gray one. I didn't remake it though because I had been holding on to that one for so long. I figured it probably is the less popular color of husky, even though I prefer it. So I won't make that one until I probably sell this one. I don't know. We'll see. I have 2 corgis. I did have 3, but sold 1 of them on Etsy a couple weeks ago. I like to have at least 2 for every market because they are the most popular of these guys. And the other most popular ones are the dachshunds. So I have 3 of these guys in different colors. That is the dogs all done and checked off my list. Today I want to, like I said, check off as much as I can, which means making some of the smaller items. I only have 1 or 2 things I want to make for them. So I'm for sure going to make the tiny elephant, which again is another pattern by Poggy's Place. I make so many of her patterns. I love them. They do really well at markets because they're tiny, so I can sell them for $10 to $12 is what I have the range for. So they're quick makes and easy sells. Highly recommend her patterns. She has hundreds. I think I want to make at least 1 of the axolotls today just to test out the pattern. I want to at least get started on a mini dragon snuggler. I want to do a short form content series on my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts of making a mini dragon snuggler in every color of the rainbow in the Parfait Chunky Glitz yarn, which is glitter yarn, which has little pieces of shimmer in them. I have all 9 of the colors that I want to make on my checklist. I do currently have, I think, 3 left over from my last market, so adding the 9 would make it 12 if I manage to get them all made by this market. But I think I've accepted that I will not have all of them ready for this first market, maybe the one after it, the week after it, which means I won't be bringing any of the rainbow ones to this first market if I don't have them all done, because I don't want to bring a couple of them to the market or list a couple of them on Etsy at a time and then have them sell, because I want to get like a full final video of all of them laid out together. So I at least want to start working on the first one, which will be the red one. I think I'm gonna make them in order so I can post them in order as I make them. So I want to at least start on that one today. I don't know if I'll finish it. Probably will be the last thing I work on for the day. Maybe I can do the Jeep ducks today. That could be good because those take like 10 minutes each, maybe 15 at the max. And I only need 5 more of them. I also today want to finish up some things I have on my desk. At least 2 things, which are my sunflower sea turtles. I'm waiting on the yellow to come in with my yarn order because I'm fully out of it. So I just need to make the sunflower petals on these 2, which will be super quick. They are already checked off my list, but I need to get these off my desk as well. The other thing sitting on my desk, because I ran out of yellow, is Fluttershy from My Little Pony. I'm making all of the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic main 6 characters for a short form series. This is number 4. Did Fluttershy, but ran out of yellow while I was making her body. I did make her hair and stuff, but couldn't go any further with this. I don't know if I'll finish this today, maybe tomorrow, but I do also want to get this off my desk. Also in that yarn order, I have colors for Applejack because I did not have the right body color for her. So I had to order that, and also Pinkie Pie because I am almost out of all my pinks. I don't know if I have fully decided what colors I want to use for her because I have so many pinks. Don't know if I've fully decided what colors to use for her, so she'll probably be the last one I make. I also want to make Minty because she's my personal favorite. I had A Very Minty Christmas, or whatever that Christmas special is, on repeat when I was a kid. I think that's all I needed to say. Been yabbing for 15 minutes, so I need to stop talking and get to work. I think the first thing I'm going to do is make the tiny elephant because I only need one and it's only going to take me like 25 minutes. So I do have like two different colors, I think. I have a dark gray and a light gray pictures of the elephant. I kind of want to do a fun color though. Maybe I'll do light blue. I haven't done that yet for an elephant. Yeah, I'll do a light blue. That sounds good. And then that's going to lead me into my lunchtime. So I will see you probably after lunch. And hopefully my yarn order will come by then. It says between 1:50 and 3:30, but I'm hoping it comes earlier so I can get more things done. I'll see you later. Oh, I forgot. One other thing I think I for sure want to do today is a small snake. That's another short form series I have been doing. I let a random color generator pick colors for a striped snake. I am physically in the video, like the camera is on me. So I like to do it on days I wash my hair and like actually properly style it, which I did do today, so that I look more presentable than usual, I guess. That should be pretty quick. Those guys only take me like 30 minutes to make. We'll probably do that after lunch as well. I just finished the axolotls. This one is missing the last 3 rows because I ran out of the pink, but I finished the blue one. I had just enough blue to finish this one. There's a little tiny bit left over, but like I said before, this pattern is by Crochet by Jenna from her, I believe it's called No So Amigurumi, whatever her first pattern book is. I know she just released a new one, but this is from her first one. First time making this pattern and the style of axolotls. The few I've made before were from a different free pattern I found on Pinterest, and they were like this way with like the feet in the front and the face right there where the feet were, like they were sitting up, but these ones are laying down. I do much prefer this style, and honestly I don't know why it took me this long to make this pattern. I've had the pattern book for quite a bit, but I made a pink and blue one. They are really adorable. They took me about 40 minutes each. I will see how these do at my upcoming market, and if they end up selling pretty quickly, then I might have to make them a staple on my table with a couple different colors as well. But anyways, we have these, and right as I was finishing the blue one, FedEx pulled up. So let's do a little yarn haul, shall we? This was a pretty big order because I haven't ordered Parfait Chunky or Parfait Plush in a little bit, which is what this order was for because I was running out of a lot of colors. I do have a referral link that I will leave in the description for Premier Yarns. In the description, I believe I have the overall general Premier Yarns link as well as a specific Parfait Chunky link. If you choose to purchase from that link directly, I earn a small commission when you purchase. So if you'd like to support me in that way, any commission I may earn from that will just go directly back into yarn on Premier's website. First of all, we have cotton candy. So I will be immediately finishing this with that. And then we also have another bubble gum. I did have quite a bit of this left. I don't use this too often. I use this for the darker color of my baby penguins. I guess now axolotls for the frills if I choose to make more in the future. But I do really like this pink staple. And I got another one because this is one of the colors I'm thinking about doing for Pinkie Pie, My Little Pony, when I make it. So I just wanted to make sure I had enough if that's what I chose. Speaking of My Little Pony, this is Maize. This is what I will be using for Applejack's body. I do really like this color. It's like, it's not yellow and it's not orange. It's like the perfect in-between color. Like a really, really dark yellow or a really, really light orange. I just didn't have a specific need for it, so I hadn't purchased it again since the first time I purchased it. But now I do. So whatever I don't use for Applejack, I will use for other things, which I'm excited about. I got another mustard. I use this for my corgis and anything else I need it for. It was running low. It was also running a little low on teddy bear. This is my favorite brown to use for things. I only had a little scrap left of fog, which is one of the grays I like. We have 2 irises. This one is just normal. Parfait Chunky was completely out of this. And I do use this for my penguins, which I do need to make another purple one, even though it's not on my list. And then I got Parfait Chunky Glitz and Iris Glitz for the rainbow dragon snugglers because I didn't know if I had enough left. I got 2 yellows because there's a lot I need to do with yellow right now. So I felt like I was gonna go through it pretty quickly, so I got 2 to be safe. This one is not a restock. I actually don't know if I've ever had this one. This is bright pink. I think it's very similar to Hibiscus, which I have gotten a couple times, but this one I'm pretty sure I will be using for Pinkie Pie's hair. We will see. Then I just stocked up on 2 more whites because I only have 2 left in stock and I go through white very quickly. that's it for Parfait Chunky. And then I got a few Parfait Plush that I was completely out of the white. So we got another one of these, completely out of the cream, and I was completely out of the black, and I use these for loaf cats mainly. That is the haul. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then I want to do my random color generator picks snake colors right now while the lighting is still decent. Then after that, I think, like I said, I'm going to make one more purple penguin because I have 4 colors of penguins: purple, pink, blue, and classic black and gray. And I like to have 2 of each for each market, but I was out of this dark color purple. So I was only able to make 1 of the purple ones. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make another purple penguin right now. And then I'm also going to add the sunflower petals to these guys. Oh, I don't know if I showed you either. I did finish a light blue elephant pattern by Pocky's Place. But yeah, I will check in with you either later today when I'm done with all of that, or tomorrow, and I will recap what I finished today. Happy Wednesday. I think I managed to get a video clip of all things I finished before the end of my workday yesterday. It was the purple penguin, a snake from the random color generator. Oh, and then I added the sunflower petals onto the sea turtles. And I already had pictures of those guys in those exact colors, so relisted them on Etsy. I added an extra one to the quantity of the purple penguins on my Etsy, and then I also took pictures and listed everything that was in my need to take pictures of basket, and I tagged them this morning too. So they're all put away in their inventory bins for now until I have to pack them up probably next Thursday, Friday. Then this morning I went ahead and made the last 2 chicks and frog hats that I wanted on my list. Let me actually see if I have these guys listed. I don't currently have versions of them, but I may have listings in these colors, so I can renew that. And I do have the sage one as well. I think it's in like the sunshine color, which is like just the slightest bit darker of a yellow, but in a picture you can't really tell, so I'm just gonna go ahead and renew it as well. So I have both of those up. I don't need to take pictures of them, which is good. They can just go straight into the bin after I put them on my inventory list, which I will do at the end of the day. And then also I made the 5 Jeep ducks that I wanted to make. This pattern is by Just a Mom Crocheting. I have 5 currently, and I wanted to make 5 more to have 10 total. And honestly, I don't know why I haven't stolen one of these for my own Jeep yet. I really need to make myself one, or I guess whenever I have extra, make one. I have these listed as mystery Jeep ducks on my Etsy. You place an order and you don't know what color you're gonna get. Could be anything I have in stock. Now I just need to really quickly embroider the eyes onto them. I like to embroider the eyes because it's such a tiny thing that putting safety eyes is annoying. So it's easier to embroider them. And then I also need to cut out and tie the little Jeep tags onto them. These come with the pattern from Just a Mom Crocheting. There are 2 different sheets with a total of, I think, 8 different designs on them. I'm gonna get these cut out and tied on, and then since I didn't get to it yesterday, I'm going to make the red sparkly mini dragon snuggler today. It's only 1:30, so I definitely will have time left over after that. So I think I'm going to then make some baby demogorgons because I only have 2 on my list and they're tiny and very quick to make. And then I can have that fully checked off my list. So let's get these guys finished up and then I'll get started on the dragon. It's now Thursday. I have not been feeling super good today, and I also barely slept because I wasn't feeling good. So yeah, it's almost 2 o'clock. It's like 1:40 right now. I started to feel a good amount better after I ate lunch, but now I've hit the point I'm starting to decline again. So I've just been trying to get as much done as I can with not feeling very good, which honestly I feel like is a lot. Yesterday I finished up the all red sparkle dragon, gave it gold glitter eyes, and then I also worked on the bodies for the little demogorgons, and then I finished up the heads this morning. This pattern is by Just a Mom Crocheting. Yes, it is the itty bitty Demogorgon size. I still have one of the normal sized ones, which is about like twice the size, in stock from previous markets, but these guys tend to go pretty quick. So how to remake some. And I just did 2. Everyone loves these little ones. I find it funny how many children come up to the booth and are like, oh my gosh, it's a Demogorgon. I'm like, you are 8 years old. Should you be watching Stranger Things? And then also today I made this curly dragon. He stays curled by himself. You can wrap him around things. I like to display it by wrapping it around my tent leg if it's outdoors. This pattern's by Crochet Grove. Very popular pattern at my booth. Anytime I have one, it usually sells immediately at the market that I bring it to. It does not last very long. This one I haven't done this color before. It's a burlap blanket frosting color. I typically do burlap blanket mystical, whatever the green is. I don't know, but I didn't have enough for it this time. So I went ahead and did this one. I like making these guys in blanket yarn because I like the size it comes out as. So I only had this or a really dark green. So I went with this one. Just started finishing up my Fluttershy. She looks a little funny right now because she doesn't have her hair yet, but I closed up the head and added the eyes, made the nose and the ears. Now all I have to do is sew on all the hair pieces. I already had these made. Was just waiting for yellow to get here to finish the body, and then I need to make the wings and she'll be done. And that will be 4 out of 6 of the My Little Pony characters done. Today, I think I want to do the snow owl I have on my list. I only want one of them, and then maybe just a simple easy loaf cat. I need to make a Siamese one because I don't. Right now I think I have an orange one, a black one, and calico, I think. So I want to make a Siamese and then maybe a gray one. We'll see how much I have of certain yarn colors, I guess. That's how that's gonna get decided. So maybe snow owl and start a loaf cat. I'm doing my best to work as long as I can before I physically feel like I need to go take a nap. Couple other things. This morning I went ahead and designed on Canva a little upcoming events for May and June that people can pick up at my booth and take with them if they want my event schedule for the next 2 months. I was getting so confused looking back and forth between my 2 pages for the 2 different markets. I couldn't keep track of what date was what, so I had to actually print out the calendar and highlight what one was each date. So here is what my market schedule is looking like. The pink ones are my Wednesday markets, which is every single Wednesday, and the green ones are my Saturday markets, which honestly there's more than I remember signing up for, but that's okay. It's fine. Shall we count how many there is total? This isn't even including holiday markets. This ends at the end of September. From April 25th to September 26th, I will be doing 35 markets in 5 months. And then we can add like 3 or 4 on in November and December for holiday markets, at least. Anyways, wish me luck. Also, on a much better, exciting note, I got chosen for that tester call that I applied to. It is, let me show you who it is and what the pattern actually is. The pattern is, I've seen this pattern designer's work before, just here and there, but then she came up again when I was searching for a pattern test to do, and she had just posted this one literally like 2 hours before I went searching for the thing. Creator is Crochet by Cassiope. I'm not sure if that is correct. This tester call was for the Ivy Jellycat lookalike. Could not be a more perfect tester call I could have applied to. The Ivy Jellycat was just released a couple weeks ago, and I do want it very badly. The plant Jellycats for some reason are always so expensive, and like especially expensive for their size. As an avid Jellycat collector, I'm not spending money on that right now. So this was perfect because I can make my own, which means I will probably be keeping this and not selling it, at least until I get that Jellycat to replace it, I guess. But I'm very excited to have this on my bookshelf. I am progressively getting a worse headache than I already was, and that's not even what I wasn't feeling good about today. It's just kind of spiraled. I'm gonna leave and I'll keep you updated with some probably silent footage. We're gonna finish Fluttershy. I'm gonna keep watching Hannah Montana and just wait for this day to be over and feel better tomorrow. Check-in time. Still don't feel good. Pushing through it. I wanted to update you to show you that Miss Fluttershy is all finished. She is done and she is adorable. So she can go with the other ones in my bin. That pattern is the Pegasus Unicorn pattern from AQ Crochets, and I've just like modified it based on what I need for the pony. So either just a pony, like no horn, no wings, just a horn, just the wings, both horn and wings. I kind of just added the details I needed to match the character. Yeah, that's the specific pattern I've been using. Now I'm going to make another AQ Crochets pattern, which is the Snow Owl. I'm gonna get this worked up real quick, and honestly I think that's gonna be the last thing I do, because the barn owl last time took me an hour and 15 minutes. So that would put me around 4 o'clock. We will leave the ivy plant for tomorrow for sure. At least get started on that. I want to do that. And then at least 1 loaf cat, maybe 2. But for sure, the owl today. That's all I know right now. It's Friday now. I am here to just finish off a little recap of what I did yesterday and what I've already gotten finished today before I say goodbye to you for this vlog. I showed you Fluttershy, I think. I think that's the last thing I showed you, right? Maybe? Finish Fluttershy. And then I did start on the little snow owl. I got the head and wings done, and then I just truly did not feel good at all after that. So I stopped working a little bit early and took a nap for a bit. And I finished this morning when I woke up. So this is the Snowy Owl by AQ Crochets in a bundle with the barn owl. I think I do prefer the barn owl, maybe just because like I don't have the exact wing color that I needed. Let me show you what it's supposed to be. It is a Sweet Snuggles light color, or Chenille Home Slim. It's like this one, but it's the white with blacks and gray speckles. This is the gray with black speckles, but I haven't been able to find that in forever. I think it unfortunately has been discontinued. I love these colors though. That's what the wings are supposed to be. It looks a lot better that way in the pictures, but unfortunately I don't have that color anymore, so I just had to do all gray. I think it's still pretty cute, but I do prefer the barn owl. I just don't think I'm gonna have enough time to make another one of those because the one I did have sold last week on Etsy, so that's okay. And then this is one of my favorite things I've made in a while. I have been waiting for this pattern pack to release today from Little Bean Stitches. I found this creator on Instagram last week when I was searching for the pattern test I wanted to do, and I 100% would have applied for this one, but it was like closed a day before I looked. But I still followed and like saved the thing, and it came out today, and I'm so obsessed with this like body style of animal, and it's all no sew. I didn't sew a single thing on this thing, which is fantastic for market prep too. And so there's 10 animals in this first pack, and she already posted that she is like almost done with the second pack, I think, with 10 more animals or something. It's safe to say I will be buying that one too. This guy, the one I made, was the one that like immediately caught my attention when I saw the picture of all of them. I was like, I need to make that as soon as it gets released. This is Tater Tot the Tiger by Little Bean Stitches. Look how cute this body is. It can sit up like this, or, my favorite part, it can lay down. It's supposed to be lightly stuffed, so it's like squishy and easily snuggable. So it's like half snuggler, half plushie, and I'm actually obsessed with him. You're joking. Anyways, so I had to make the tiger. And I'm hoping it's gonna do well because my little itty bitty tigers I make in my tiny animal section, they are pretty popular, at least on Etsy. They're really popular on Etsy. So I made the tiger because I knew tiger themed things are a pretty good sell for me, and I've never made a big one before. This first pack also has a red panda in it, so I am gonna make that today because I had a red panda on my list of things to make, and I was gonna make a different pattern that I've made before because it matches the raccoon I have, so I like to have those kind of sitting together, but I fear I need to make the red panda in this style, and I'm gonna struggle to not keep it for myself because red pandas are my favorite animals ever. But this is the last thing I'm gonna make for this video. I know I said I was going to work on the pattern test for the ivy plant. I do plan to start that today. I just want to get this video finished up. So I will be working on the plant over this weekend here and there probably, and I'll probably finish it Monday whenever I start my next vlog filming for that. So you'll definitely see it, don't worry. Next week is my last week before market season starts to prep everything I hope I need for at least the first few markets. Check the description for any links you need from me for my Etsy if you want to shop any of these cute guys. They will all be on the Etsy unless they have sold already, either on Etsy or at markets. my Instagram, TikTok also down there, as well as my Premier Yarn referral links if you want to use those. I am pretty sure I was good about mentioning where every pattern is from that I showed in this video, but if I forgot something, let me know in the comments, or if you just want the direct link to it, let me know and I'll do my best to get it to you. So that is it for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.